Good day, mates. For today, we're going to tackle about the intercultural communication and translations. Today, when so many people frequently travel far away from home and encounter members of different ethnic groups and societies, interethnic and intercultural relations are continually being put to the test. Whether such relations are amicable or hostile, straightforward or confused, depends primarily on how individuals or groups with differing cultural backgrounds are able to communicate with each other. Even in a language or dialects that are closely similar or considered to be alike, specific words may have different senses or carry a different emphasis from one language to the other, resulting in occasional misunderstandings. A good illustration of a lack of equivalence between American and British English was provided by Margaret Mead when she pointed out that, for example, the word compromise. In Britain, the word compromise is a good word, and one may speak approvingly of any arrangement which has been a compromise, including very often one in which the other side has gained more than 50% of the points at issue. On the other hand, on the United States, the minority position is still the position from which everyone speaks. This is congruent with the American doctrine of checks and balances, but it does not permit the word compromise to gain the same ethical halo which it has in Britain. Where in Britain, to compromise means to work out a good solution, in America it usually means to work out a bad one, a solution in which all the points of importance to both sides are lost. Next is we have translations can be troublesome, as anyone who has never studied a foreign language knows. Scholarly literature and personal anecdotes offer hundreds of examples of mistranslated words, phrases, or whole pieces of discourse. However, in our earlier discussions of Sapir-Whorf hypothesis, we said that one of its refutations was that anything in every language could be translated into any other. Although this is true, some caveats need to be made, as sometimes translation do not go smoothly. Often, the problem is the just differences in grammar or vocabulary, even though the meaning and connotations of no pair of words in two languages are ever going to be precisely the same. Included the whole package are also matters of context, cultural expectation, stylistics, features, and personal interpretations. As an example, consider a collision between a U.S. spy plane and a Chinese fighter in spring of 2001 that almost caused an international incident. The contact occurred near the island of Hainan, a contested area, when two PRC jets scrambled to meet an American surveillance aircraft. The larger U.S. plane and smaller Chinese jet collided, killing its pilot and forcing the damaged U.S. plane to land in China, where the 24-person flight crew was taken prisoner and held for 11 days, being released after a formal apology was made by the U.S. ambassador to the Chinese foreign minister at the American embassy. What the apology said and meant almost immediately came under scrutiny. According to Hong Zhang, claims that there are 6 levels of apology in Chinese ranging from terms conveying a small sorry, to feel regret, to admit one's error and ask for punishment, and humbly apologize. When the U.S. letter was delivered, it was carefully constructed in such a way that it said the most sincere words possible without assuming any responsibility. At the lexical level, it avoided the word apologize. Here is the letter from the U.S. to the Minister of China. The media on both sides of the Pacific began interpreting the letter immediately. The Chinese literally and the Americans figuratively. The two instances of sorry in the English text were much discussed and analyzed, as well as the various back translations. Translations from English to Chinese offer a translator a choice of at least 6 alternatives in its own Chinese version. However, the U.S. chose the word Wangxi, a word not normally used in Chinese when involving death, not one of the typical 6 terms. Zhang argues that this apology should be viewed not only as a simple speech act but also a discourse event, extending beyond individual behavior to national behavior. One highly ideologically invested for both sides, language became a field of combat of competing ideologies. It was not only an outcome of such negotiation, but also the means to them. I think that would be all. Thank you for listening. Bye.